nobody is going to sport it all for them now.
Manchester United against Bayern Munich, and Alex Ferguson has the chance given to few to realise a 20-year ambition.
Obsession might be the wrong word, but certainly he was at the point of being very, very anxious about getting a European Cup, becoming champions of Europe.
Failure, and tonight looked like being United were left to chase the game. The ultimate test for...
Scholes there with the header. Yankee with the overhead, hits the crossbar. Twice the woodwork has saved Manchester United.
This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Ferguson believed to win in Europe, he must add to the kids. But he bought foreign, not British. Solskjaer, Jordi Cruyff, Ronnie Johnsen, and later Blomqvist and Jaap Stam. But being Ferguson, he bought a certain kind of foreigner.
He also chose foreign players who were not cocky, who didn't have a big mouth. He wouldn't have gone so much, I think, for certain types of foreigners like Effenberg, who might say, hey, I don't believe that, you're wrong. I don't think Ferguson could have handled that.
Right, OK. Well, let's just start in.
You don't talk back to Ferguson.
As far as I'm concerned,
He tells you what's going on. Players don't contribute anything to ideas in the dressing room, really.
Any questions? All right. Right, OK, let's go.
Ferguson's need to dominate his collection of stars is founded on the experiences of his childhood in the hard, working-class area of Glasgow called Govan. Working in the shipyards, living in the crowded tenements, bred a strong sense of community and team spirit.
The really basic sense of interdependence that was bred in tenement life, that he will insist is at the heart of everything he does, because he is, beyond anything else, a manager of teams.
That's it, get some rhythm. Oh, careless.
For a football team, he thinks that a lack of togetherness is death, and he has the power of personality to inspire footballers into sharing that belief.
Hey, that's off! That's out! Get it, Ben! Yes.
Brian McClare once told me that, he was talking about how Alec does it in the dressing room and the effect he has. He said, when you sit in the dressing room, somebody says to you, look at the man beside you, be glad that he's on your side, trust him, rely on him, and be glad that he's your ally. He said, it's got a terrific effect on you, you know, very moving effect. And he said, and that's how Manchester United played, and it's how Aberdeen would play too.
Ferguson's belief in the collective spirit paid off with his young players. They've stayed with him for 10 years, a footballer's lifetime.
Sensational goal from Ryan Giggs.
He has an amazing bond with his players. You talk to Ryan Giggs, Ferguson is a second father to him, without a shadow of doubt. And that's why I think Manchester United players have always found it very difficult to leave Ferguson and Manchester United, because it'd be like leaving home.
If you speak to any of his players will tell you that if they've got any problems, soccer problems, personal problems, marital problems, anything at all, it's Alex to go and see. There's enormous respect from his players for Alex Ferguson. And you get players who are not just playing for themselves, but playing for the manager. You've got a winning combination.
Football today is driven by player power and wealth. Managers can buckle under the pressure, all except Ferguson. Recently he said, never give the players the impression that they control the situation, not for the slightest moment. If you do that, it's all over.
He's the best manipulator of millionaires, I think possibly in the history of British sport. And Ferguson has this amazing ability to challenge millionaires and say, just because you've got 5 or 6 fantastic cars on the drive, just because you've got 5 or 6 million in the bank, houses all over the place, you know, celebrity attachment, it doesn't mean that you don't go out and deliver for me.
He also is seen as untouchable because he has won much more than any of you. I mean, Ferguson was winning the European trophy with Aberdeen when all these players were toddlers running around in United shirts. So they live in dread and admiration. I mean, he's like an Old Testament God to them, as far as I can gather.
We're in the last of the 90 minutes.
But it's not over till it's over, so they say.
This then was the team Ferguson brought to Barcelona in 1999. The team that...
And people say when you score in the last minute to win a match, it's luck, but it's not luck. You've given 90 minutes, you're hurting, you've been kicked to pieces, it hasn't worked, you're about to lose the European Cup final, and that's when a certain... In terms of character, that last minute defines United, Ferguson's United.
Manchester United are the champions of Europe again.
Alex Ferguson's ambition had at last been realised. But being Ferguson, he couldn't just relax and enjoy it. He couldn't even hold on to it.
He says the moment lasts literally just a moment for him. Even in Barcelona, even something as dramatic as that. If that happened to somebody else, they'd probably not come down for a week. He said it's gone almost instantly. I think that's probably unusual.
Ferguson has said the only way he can recreate the excitement is to win again. Now he's signed up for another 3 years at United. There is a new season to confront, more trophies to win, and his real goal, a second Champions League.